Hi Stitchy friends, welcome back to the chaos. This is Little Kitten Stitchers and I'm Tanya, your host. I'm gonna be doing a whip parade shortly, but if you've watched my last video that was actually posted, I was gonna do Flossmas, but I was having issues with my video editor and it just didn't work out. It was just being a pain, so I've had to recreate or relearn a whole new system. So hopefully with that new editing software, I won't have any problems with posting videos. So let's not beat around the bush and let's get right into the whip parade. Hooray, it is whip parade time. So this time I'm a little bit more organized. This notebook, I have decided to keep track using paper of my whip progress instead of trying to do it online or on a device, because I just find I wasn't doing it on the device. So I'd made a cute little notebook, so each page I'll open up as we go through the whips. So here it is. So the first whip is Doggy Juice Shop. So in each page I include the picture, the name, the artist, the start date, the fabric, how I'm doing my threads, so 2/1 full cross, and what kind of fabric I used, and how many stitches total. So here is Doggy Juice Shop. This is a hand-dyed fabric. This is my first fabric that I ever dyed myself. It has 11,898 stitches total, and I am 33% complete. This is 18 count 2/1 full cross. This is one of my first whips. I didn't put in my book, it's a rough order of time, so it's slightly old, mostly oldest to newest. So this is one of my oldest ones. Not as into it as when I first started, but I'm still gonna keep it in my whip pile, and we'll just see how that one goes. And let's look at the needle minder. Yay! It's a little Shiba Inu drinking a boba tea because this is a Doggy Juice Shop, so very fitting. I like to match my my needle minders to the project as much as I can. So yeah, I also have a lot of needle minders. So there's that one. Next we have my Harry Potter Magic Girl. So she is 50% complete, 51.49%. And this was done by Xstitch on Etsy, and I started her in December 2023. Again, the older whips, these are ones that when I first started stitching, and I didn't really know what I liked yet. Again, I still like this stitch. I'm still gonna work on it. I think I'm gonna try to get this one complete next year. It's 50%. It's just tough because it's a lot of different varying shades of green for the robe and then the scarf. So it's kind of a little boring, and then I know I'm gonna have to do a ton of backstitch to make it look like anything. So I'm gonna try to get this one done next year. So it is 14 count 3/1 full cross on just a white Aida that I semi-gridded myself, and it only has 6,386 stitches. So really it's not that many stitches. I could probably bang this out real fast if I just stuck to it. So yeah, 51.49% complete. And the needle minder, that's a cute Harry Potter Skelegro. I do pretty much all my needle minders myself. I'm cheap and I don't care. So yeah, there's this one. Next we have my video game sampler. Yeah, this one is another favorite. So it almost looks like 50%. It's just under 50% complete. At 42.22%. This is by Bleeding Heart Designs, and it was a fundraiser donation to get the pattern. And I started this December 24th, 2023. So a whole year since I started this one. I don't know if this will be a goal piece for next year. We'll see. I think I want to try to get out some of my older ones to be completed. But yeah, this is 14 count 3/1, just white Aida. And I am 42.22% complete. And then here is the needle minder. Again, very fitting, and I like cats, so that's why I chose this needle minder. Very cute. Next, we have my 2024 temperature cross stitch. Here it is. So this is started January 1st, 2024, and is by Samina Stitch on Etsy. It's an 18 count black Aida, 2 over 1 full cross. I am kind of gotten a bit further behind than I would have liked. I'm still in October here. I'm going to try to bang it out before the end of the rest of the year and get the rest done as I'm on holidays. I've also, if you can see here, I had used a variegated thread to do the 2024, but I found I didn't know how to use the threads properly, so it got muddy and gross. So I whipped it all out and I decided to use the white light effects, and I really think that pops a lot more than what I had before. So I'm really gonna think that's gonna pop really nicely. So it's technically 77% complete, and I'm hoping for a December 31st completion date, but we'll see. Holidays get busy, as you all know. And the needle minder, little frog rain cloud. I thought that was very fitting when I saw that. It was perfect. It's so cute. All right. I'm not one for chatting, so these are gonna go by very fast. So next is my Pokemon Gen 1. Sorry, this is a big piece of fabric. So this is my Pokemon Gen 1 upside down piece. I got it from a designer on Reddit. I think I found the pattern. It's Boris Designing. And I started this February 25th. And it is an 18 count. I'm doing 3 over 1 tent stitch. And it's just a white Aida I got off of Amazon. Now, at first I thought, oh, it's not going to cover enough, but really, once you actually start filling in, you don't notice that it's 10 stitch. You're not going to notice, because also you're not going to see anything, because nobody's ever going to look at this cross stitch like nose to the fabric. You're going to be looking at it from farther away, and you won't notice the white fabric behind it. So this piece is only got a whopping 1.43% complete. Yeah, so this is going to be a long-term project. It has a total of 188,427 stitches. Yeah, and I started this in February 25th, 2024, so I've only done 2,600 stitches on it, so not a whole lot, but, you know, it'll get done eventually. Okay, I don't know where I stopped blathering on there, but this is the Pokemon Gen 1, and this is going to take me, I'm going to guesstimate, 20 years to finish, but at least it'll be fun. Next, we have my Make It Murder Sal. So, Cross Stitch the Globe has started back in September. Something called the Make It Murder Sal, where you take one pattern and you make it horror murdery. So I have altered this pattern. The original pattern was Cat's Mom Catty Cross Stitch on Etsy, and you can see the picture here and here. So I changed her hair color. It's going to be a dark brown, and I changed her sweater color. I made it a dark blue. And then my goal is first to finish the girl, and then each cat is going to have the face of a different famous movie murderer, scary movie, and that's going to be a surprise. I'm going to make this my focus piece in January, because the Sal is over end of January, and I want this to be completed by then. So that's going to be another one of my completes for the year. Yeah, and I look forward to getting this one done. It's going to be really cute. So I started September 15th, and it is 14 count 3 over 1 full cross on white Aida, and it has some mods, and it's currently 33% complete. And I just threw this cute flower and cat needle minder on it. So yes, that one's going to be adorable. Next, let's see. I'm This Old by CrossStitchTravelot. So it is up this way. I only put this sideways. I usually put my little label and date on the top, but this just had such small margins. I didn't want to make them even smaller. So here's this piece. I started it July 1st, 2024, and it was kind of an impulse. I saw it, I'm like, I need to do that. so I did it. I got this fabric. It's just a 16 count 2/1 full cross, and it's a white glitter Ada that I won in a YouTube draw or what a giveaway from Catkin and Lily. So I won this, and I felt like this was perfect. It's super cute. So I'm 43.55% complete on this one. And here's the needle minder. Nothing to do with this piece, but it was just an extra needle minder I had. So I didn't get a matching needle minder for this piece. It's just too small. It's only 4,400 stitches, so it's not really worth getting a whole needle minder for it. So there's that one. And then next we have a Stitcher's Grimoire by the Witchy Stitcher. Can't go wrong. Let's move the needle minder out of the way. So here's the Stitcher's Grimoire by the Witchy Stitcher, and I started this July 24th, 2024. So far I've only done the black, and there is a lot of black. I'm gonna at least do all the outside, so I still have a little bit here to do. And then I'm going to work on each page of the book, not by color, just by whatever piece I want to do at once. This fabric is an 18 count. It's 2/1 full cross, and I hand dyed this myself. This is probably about the second or third time I've done dyed fabric, so this is like the first time I tried modeled fabric. I would have liked the black, like the grays and stuff, to be a lot more vibrant, but I still think this will look really cute once it's finished. I have finished 40.79% on this one, and I do want to get this one done quite soon. It's such an easy stitch. Can't go wrong with the Witchy Stitcher. She does great stuff. Alright, so next on the list is Arctic Fox. So here we go. This is Arctic Fox by NeedleLotDesigns. Now NeedleLotDesigns is kind of one of my favorite cross-stitch artists. Even though she doesn't really do any fandom stuff, she does a lot of animals. I just find that she doesn't do like almost any confetti, which I love. So it's just easy to just grab one color and go through, but it still has quite a lot of detail in her pieces. But there's not a lot of jumping around, which I kind of hate. So, sorry, that's just my dogs getting into stuff if you hear them, the noises. But yeah, I started this one July 15th. And this is a 16 count 2/1 full cross, and this is a gray dotted printed Ada that I got from Catkin and Lily in a giveaway on YouTube, and it just barely fits. It's probably a little bit hard to frame, but that's later me's problem. If I wasn't already doing her Sal, I probably would be like working on this a lot more because like I said, it's just so easy to stitch. So I am 35.35% complete of this one. So let's look at the needle minder. It is a cute little fox. I actually used the same fox as a needle minder on my other fox NeedleLotDesign project that I completed a few months ago. So there's this guy. Next is my 2 Dogs, 1 Cat by Happy Little Mouse that is slightly altered the original pattern. As you can see here, it has a different dog, but I have 2 labs, so I wanted them to be labs on both sides, so I just flipped it. And it worked out because I messed up and made the neck a little skinnier on this one versus this one, so it kind of makes it look like 2 different dogs and not just a complete mirror flip. So I'm working on full cross here in the wagon and the animals. This is 18 count, so it is 2/1 full cross, but I am switching the entire background to tent stitch. So I haven't started that part yet, but I think that's going to look really cool to have like the foreground guys, like the dogs in the wagon as the full cross, and then tent stitch for everything else. So I started this April 20th, 2024, and I am currently 17.55% complete. So I can't, yeah, I mean, all of them. All my pieces, obviously, I love them, but this is going to be a fun one. I'll be really happy to start getting into the color parts. This will be a bit of a pain to kind of, I'll have to, like, fudge it a little to get the background properly, but I might just, like, once I'm done all this, which is great fill-in for, like, watching TV and stuff, I'll have to be really careful when I start that one. So let's look at the little needle minder. 2 little puppies, and they're super cute. I wish this one was like a chocolatey brown, because I have a chocolate brown lab and then like a cream lab. But you know, beggars can't be choosers. It's still super cute. Alrighty. Next in the docket is my Harry Potter library girl. This one was an impulse start for sure. This is a full coverage piece, but it's fairly small, so I think I'll be okay to do this one. This is by Crafty Ninja Digital, and I started June 3rd, 2024. It is 18 count, 3/1 full. No, it's 2. I started 2/1 full cross because 18 count. That's kind of my favorite way to do it. But it being full coverage, it was just taking forever. So I switched to being 3/1 10 stitch, and I'm not really worried about noticing the difference. Like here is where there's a bunch of 10 stitch and full cross stitches mixed together, and you really can't tell. So I'm gonna stick to the 10 stitch. And this is a bit of a confetti piece, which is a bit annoying. I also suspect that it might be an AI picture. I'm not too sure how to detect that yet, but I'm still going to work on this piece and just be more careful in the future. It is currently 4.57% complete. And it's got a total of 22,107 stitches. So this will take me a while to finish, but I'll just plug away at it and, you know, work on it slowly. So the needle minder is the badger for Hufflepuff house, because that is my house, is the Hufflepuff. And this one is super cute. It's actually, surprisingly, a really good quality enamel pin. You never know what you get when you shop on AliExpress, so you get what you get. Alrighty, so that was Harry Potter Library Girl. Next is my Book of Lost Keys by Haunted Frames. I am working on, I want to do all of her pieces in this series. But, you know, slowly but surely. I think I've already got 2 done, and this is my 3rd one. It used to be my travel piece that I would keep in my purse, but I've switched that out for a different project. That's a bit smaller, but so this is in my regular whip rotation. I started it in June 2024, and it is a 14 count, 3/1 full cross, and I hand dyed this one myself. I really just wanted a subtle, like, purple fabric. I don't know if you can see that. It's very, not super vibrant, so just very light. The total stitches is 2,952, and I'm currently 25.91% complete. I might make this one of my focus pieces to like my finish goals for next year. Because it's a fairly small piece, it should be really easy to knock out, and then I can start on the next book picture by her. So here it is, the needle minder, a little cute witchy purple, perfect for this stitch. So that is the Book of Lost Keys. Alrighty, I wonder if we're halfway there yet. So next is the Great White Christmas by Boomerang Stitches, and even though it's December and 2 days before Christmas, as of recording this, I have not worked on this one at all this month. Excuse me. So this is by Boomerang Stitches, and Boomerang Stitches is the Hathaway Stitchers on YouTube. I started this April 16th, 2024. I saw Cross Stitch the Globe started it, and I'm like, I need that. So I paused her video and literally bought the pattern immediately. So I just did this on an 18 count white Aida, 2/1 full cross, and the thread I chose to do was a very lightly variegated blue thread by Floss by Rolanda. And yeah, this is total stitches is 12,400 stitches. And I think this is just really cute. I can't wait. I'm going to do all the stitching except for the shark, and I'm going to leave the shark to last because I think that'll be like the most exciting part. So I kind of like to leave the exciting part of stitching to last. That's just what I like to do. Something to look forward to, right? So if I didn't say, I started this one April 16th, 2024. And here's the needle minder, and I think it's perfect. The only thing that would make it slightly better is if it had a little Santa hat on them, but, you know, super cute. Next, Maisie, get out of the way. My puppy is trying to help. Next is my Final Fantasy piece. This is basically an amalgamation of a bunch of small little individual patterns that I've kind of put together myself. So far, all the patterns I'm using is, I can't remember, I put a link in the description of the artists that I've used so far. But here it is. So I finished, since my last video that I actually put up on YouTube, I finished Aerith, and I am now starting on Sephiroth. So yeah, I like this piece a lot. I couldn't find one that was kind of like what I wanted, so I decided to make my own. And I really like that the sprites aren't like really, they're detailed, but they're not super detailed, like a really highly detailed full coverage. So this I started June 1st, 2024, and it's an 18 count 2/1 full cross, and I just dyed the fabric myself a really light blue. I think that really just fits perfectly. And I don't have a total stitch count because obviously it's multiple patterns in one. So currently I am 24% done on Sephiroth. And what else? Oh yes, and here's my needle miner. It finally came in not too long ago, and it is a little cactuar, which I thought was perfect, and he's even glittery. So this is my Final Fantasy piece. And I actually do really like working on this because these individual pieces they're so easy to stitch. So it gets done really quickly, and it's almost like a little mini finish, and you just feel you get that little dopamine hit of having a finish each and every time. So there's Final Fantasy. Out of the way, Maisie Maze. Next, yes, it's Red Riding Hood by the Witchy Stitcher. And I can't wait. I hope she puts out more of like these fairy tale pieces because I think they look friggin' fantastic. Let me get the little needle miner in the way. So yeah, there is quite a lot of back, which is again, having like the solid filling is really great when you just want to watch a show but not have to pay attention like to your stitching, and you can just pay a little bit more attention to the movie than your stitching and not mess it up. So I started this literally 5 a.m. like as soon as it came out, like it was like 5 a.m. I bought the pattern. So it started September 13th, 2024, and that was Friday the 13th. It is an 18 count 2/1 full cross, and it's just like the parchment or burlap Ada from Michaels, so nothing fancy. And the total is 21,777 stitches, and it's 9.4% complete. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. Excuse me, I'm not used to talking this much, so it's making my throat really dry. So here's the needle minder. I think it's cute. Cat with a knife in its mouth. Perfect. Perfect for a Witchy Stitcher. So I look forward to getting this one done. Probably not next year. I can only do so much. Next, we have the Secret Garden Sal. Yes. So, I was actually originally doing the Flossy Fox Shop's Night of the Frost Dragon Sal. And I'm like, this is going to be my focus, one of my focus pieces. I'm going to work on it every month. And I knew about the Secret Grove Sal for a while. And I'm like, I don't need to do more than one. But then she did a little sneak peek, and I'm like, nope, I got to do it. So, yeah, NeedleLotDesigns is one of my favorite cross stitchers. And again, she does a lot of like nature stuff, and I do like my fandom stuff, but her stuff is just so easy to stitch. And like, it's so detailed, but I feel like I can use one strand and like keep going. There's not a lot of confetti, if any confetti at all. So it's just such a smooth stitch. So this, I started November 1st, the first day it came out, 2024, and this is a 16 count 2/1 full cross, and I dyed it myself. I used, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but it's like this brighter purple in the mottled in the middle, and on the edges, I kind of over dyed it a little darker, so it's a little bit of a gradient with like a blue color. So it would turn it a little more indigo instead of such a bright purple that I had it before. I do wish I put that gradient in a little closer to the stitching field, because you don't really see it in the stitching field. So when I frame this, I really want to get as much, I kind of want to have a wide margin to really showcase my fabric that I dyed, because I really like these gradient edges. I really don't know if you could see that too well, but it's very slight, but I think I did a really good job dyeing this one, so I was really proud of that. So there's actually quite a lot to go, and I've just finished part 1. So I haven't even, part 2 and 3 are out, and I haven't even started them yet, but I will be. So I'm definitely not keeping up with the Sal, because obviously too much to stitch. Too much to stitch, so little time. And then my needle minder, honestly, it's nothing to do with the Sal. It's just Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle, because I just had a spare. But I'm waiting to try to find a good Studio Ghibli one to put this one on. But, you know, it is what it is. So there's this one. And it's going to be in my main rotation every month to get this done one. I want to get this done as quickly as possible. I mean, I won't be keeping up with the Sal, but I definitely want to be making sure I work on it multiple times every month to get it complete. Oh, actually, you can really see it on the back, my gradient of my fabric. So, yeah. So there's that. Next, we have... Alright, so the Night of the Frost Dragon style. I've really gone behind on this one. I kind of regret buying this one, only because I'm not really into winter theme stuff. I wish I did her last style, which is the dragons, because I really liked that one. So when that one came out and I didn't do it, I said I'm gonna do their next one for sure. So that's why I definitely bought this one. But thinking back now, it's just a lot of winter theme, and I don't really like the winter. Winter's freaking cold. It sucks. But it doesn't mean I'm not gonna work on this one. I still am gonna do this one. It'll be my regular whip rotation. Yeah, and the thing about one of the reasons why I like NeedleLotDesign more is because, like I said, there's not much confetti, and in this one there is a bit more confetti. Which I don't enjoy, but you know, it still looks great, and I'll get this done one eventually. So I started this one the first day it came out, which was September 10th. It is a 16 count 2/1 full cross, and I dyed this Ada myself. I wish I dyed it a bit darker, but I am addicted to my grids, so I didn't want to get too dark. But you know, again, that's my problem. So I'm only, let's see, I've completed part 1. And I am working on part 2, I believe. And I think there's like 3 or 4 parts out. I'm not even close. So that was the Night of the Frost Dragon. Next, I have the Books Are Magic. Yeah, this will probably be one of my focus pieces. I really like this piece. It's easy to stitch again. And I'm a library tech. Freaking love books, and this was just perfect. So I was literally, when Lindy Stitches showed this one in August, I'm like, I'm getting that, but I'm a PDF girl, so I had to wait until the digital download came out on Counting Puddles website. So I started it literally the day it came out, which was October 22nd, 2024. And unfortunately, it does suck. Her patterns do not work with Pattern Keeper, so I have to use Adobe, which is fine. It works fine. It just means I can't, you know, know the number of stitches or anything like that, which kind of sucks. And yeah, so this fabric is a 16 count 2/1 full cross, and I dyed this myself, and I was really proud of this dye job. Like, you can really see the purples and blues and grays, and it's modeled really well. And I think it's going to look really good once I get to the white. The white is really going to pop of these books. And then the specialty stitches too. So I'm really liking this one. So I'm going to, probably this will be another one of my like focus pieces that I'm going to focus on finishing next year. Because I really want this one done. And I just like the combination. Like, it's cross stitches and then the specialty stitches. She's really... just done a really good job of combining them, I think. So it was very fluent, and it just works really well. I'm really excited for this one. So here is my needle minder. I love reading, because I do. Even though I really haven't picked up a physical book in ages, I mostly listen to audiobooks because I want to stitch at the same time. I'm kind of like, I like to, utilize all my time. So, I mean, why just read a book or just stitch when you can do both and listen to a book and stitch at the same time? So there's these guys. Next, I don't even know what number we're at. We'll see at the end. I'll do a big old reveal of how many stitches do I have. Next, we have Pokemon Home Sweet Home. Now, again, I would have mentioned in my intro, I had problems with my editing software that I was using. So I don't know. Here is where there's going to be probably some new ones that I haven't shown yet on my YouTube channel. So I don't know which ones those are. But we're starting fresh. So here is Pokemon Home Sweet Home. And this is by Alaton Embroidery. I got the Eevee version by accident. I think I wanted to get Pikachu, but then I bought Eevee, and it is what it is. I started July 10th, 2024, and it is a 14 count, 3/1 full cross on white Ada. And I'm going to do one minor mod, and that is there's a little heart above Eevee, and I'm going to make the heart red. Just the heart. I think that'll be super cute. Like a red or maybe even a pink or just something. But I'm going to leave that to the very end, complete that. So far I am 24.17% complete. And this is super cute. And it's easy to stitch as well. And my needle minder is a Jolteon. I originally thought it was going to be an Eevee. But, I mean, I guess I couldn't tell the difference between Eevee and Jolteon. So, Eevee is on this guy. Next. Let's see, what do we have? We have my Betta and Angler, and I'm pretty sure I haven't shown this one at all. And this is my first blackwork piece. This is by ExLibrarist, and I started October 16th, 2024. And it is a 14 count white Ada, and I'm just using a, I think I'm using one thread to do the back stitching. And it's going quite well. I use the Adobe Acrobat program to basically squiggle out the areas that I've worked on. And I've also done a modification, which is it's supposed to be all black according to the pattern, but I really wanted to change. I changed the Betta to be the blue light effects, and I'm going to change the anglerfish to like a deep maroon light effects, and I think that's really going to make the piece pop a little bit more than just the straight black. And this really does stitch by pretty quickly, but I find it's not something you want to be watching TV. You really got to be able to count and pay attention to it. So it's good for when you're reading a book. So I'm really happy with this one. And unfortunately, it's just a random Halloween needle minder, not something matching. I probably won't. And as you can see up here, I got lazy and just put A and B because I was being lazy and didn't want to type out Angler and Betta. So there's this piece. Next, we have Gothic Cathedral. Another one I'm pretty sure I haven't shown. Now, I started this one. Originally, this was going to be... I got to change this. This was originally going to be my temperature chart for 2025. And then I started it, and I realized this is going to be a lot of work to do in a really short amount of time. So, for now, this is going to eventually be a temperature chart, but I'm just going to work on all the black. And I'm going to get at least half of the black done before I even start working using it as a temperature chart. I think it'll be really cute when it's done because like the windows here are gonna be light effects, but yeah, this is a lot of black work to do, and I want to pretty much get all the black work done before I commit to doing it as a temperature chart, or I have a feeling it will just never get done. So yeah, and then again, it's just another random needle minder that says hello. I think I got this one in like a 3-pack from Michael's or something as a pin, and I made it a needle minder. So yeah, this one's gonna be fun, but it's a lot more detailed than my Betta and Angler, which I think I'm gonna focus on the Betta Angler to get kind of some practice into doing black work and stuff, because it's just a bit different than cross stitch, but I still enjoy it. I actually don't mind back stitching. So there's that one. Next, because I ended up scrapping that one as my temperature cross stitch for the new year, I had to pick something else. And this time I decided to do something really simple because I just felt, you know, it's getting behind and I've got so many whips that I didn't want to have anything too complicated. So This pattern is the Stained Glass by Wednesday by Ours Own Erika on Etsy. Now it's not meant to be a temperature cross stitch, but I'm kind of converting the original pattern into a cross stitch. So I'm going to work on doing all the black, just like here. And then instead of following the colors called for in the pattern, I'm going to do 20 stitches each for each day of the highest temperature. And just go around the entire thing. So the entire thing's going to be done. I'm not leaving one half blank. So that comes to about 20 stitches per day. And I think that'll be really easy to just have those. Now, I haven't decided quite yet if I want to do regular DMC or if I want to do light effects. I'm going to experiment and try and do like one thread DMC, one thread light effects, and just see how that stitches. So I haven't decided quite that far yet, but I got to decide soon. Obviously, it's almost January 1st. So yeah, this is a 16 count 2/1 full cross, and I dyed this myself. And as you can see, it's kind of a gradient from light to dark. I kind of really like the picture where it's kind of like light and then it goes to the dark. And I'm just gonna put 2025 at the bottom here, and then like my town or whatever. So again, this needle miner is just from a pack from Michaels. So nothing fancy for this guy, but I think this will be really easy and really fun to just do. And I liked the show Wednesday. It was a lot of fun to watch. Yay, season 2's coming up. Next we have Roselibrary. I think we're getting close to the bottom. Yeah, this is a really big piece of fabric. I'm not going to unfold it all, but this is what I've gotten complete so far. This is from Unconventional Cross Stitch, and if I haven't shown or talked about it before, but I have cut off, I think about 4 here on the left, a row on the top, a row on the bottom, and like 2 or 3 rows on columns on the far right. I just felt it was a little extra that I didn't really care about, so just to make it a little bit more manageable, but not really, because it's still a fuck ton of stitches. Yeah, so this is a 20 count Zweigart in pink or blush, and I'm doing it 2/110. I'm gonna probably make an extra video at some point talking about how I like full coverage, and well, I mean, the simple answer is I don't think I really like full coverage, or at least large full coverage pieces. Beautiful, people do beautiful work and it's great. I love watching them, but I don't think it's for me. I just find it really tedious, and I just find there's not a lot of satisfaction, because you can't really see. I can do 100 stitches and then not see any shape come out, and it just looks like a mess. So I know right now I am starting kind of in a confetti heavy area, because there's like leaves and books kind of in this area. So I don't know, I might branch out my grid a bit more, and just like maybe jump back and forth between like a fill-in piece and the confetti piece, just to make it a little bit easier to manage. But I'm still going to leave this one out, and I'm still going to work on it occasionally, or maybe just when WebGo pulls out, but you know, we'll see. I'm not going to UFO it anytime soon, but you know, we never know what happens next year. So I'm currently, well, it says I'm 14.43% done, because I've cut off a lot of my stitches, so that's what I'm going to go off of at the moment. So here is the needle miner, a huge needle miner. It's super cute, I think. And I think it really matches. Another thing that would be a little bit better if it was like a little witchy too, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So that's the Roselibrary. All right, so next, new pattern. This is Lumos by Ours Own Erika. And yes, it is another Harry Potter stitch. I like Harry Potter. Sorry, not sorry. I really like this one. I started this one in September 2024, and it is an 18 count 2/1 full cross on some black Aida. And I can't have grids obviously on the black. I haven't figured that one out yet, but this whole pattern is really just 2 colors. Mostly, this looks white on the black. It looks white, but when you see it separately, it looks almost like an off grayish color, but I thought it would be a bit too like muddy, but actually it's looking really glowy here, so I'm enjoying that. It is 2.89% complete, and there's a total of 10,106 stitches to complete it. So this one's a really nice one too. Though I have to do a bit more counting than I would like. So these marks are just chalk, and they'll just wash out at some point. And then here's my needle minder, and it is a flying key, which is perfect because the whole thing is, well, I don't think it's a flying key piece, but it's a wand. I don't know. It's super cute. I like it. And there's Lumos. Next, we have the Iron Giant. Hey, I saw this one on a Facebook group, and I'm like, I need it, so I bought it. That's just how I am. So this is by Abbie Designs. I got it again on Etsy, and I started December 19th, so just a few days ago. I dyed this Ada by myself. This is a 14 count, and it's doing 3 over 1 full cross. Again, I took inspiration from the person on Facebook, the post that I saw. She had a really lovely fabric. And I'm a DIYer, so instead of buying a fabric, I just kind of dyed it myself. And I really like the effect I did. I think it's going to look really cool once it's done. Yeah, so I'm really happy about that. It's not too big of a stitch, only about just over 8,000 stitches. And I've done 247 so far, so it's 3.4% complete. So there it is. Now here's the needle minder, which I did have to get a matching one for this guy because I liked the Iron Giant movie a lot. So here is this guy. Next, I think we're getting close to the end. So this is my first like conventional like Bella, this is a Bella Filipina pattern. So usually like Bella Filipina, Nora Corbett, like they're all beautiful and stuff, but they're just not really my cup of tea. This pattern I got, actually I won. Again, I won from Catkin and Lily. And it as lovely as it is, but I'm a fandom stitcher. I like doing fandom stuff. Fandom just speaks to me a bit more. So I decided to make it 10 times more complicated, and I did some color conversioning of the entire piece so that she would look more like Ariel from The Little Mermaid. So as much as possible, I tried to use colors that already existed in here. So like for the tail, Ariel's tail is green, so I used the greens from this sash here for her tail. And then the tail colors, I'm actually going to make the sash that color. And then I did have to make the bra purple, obviously, so I had to get some outside colors for that. And her hair, I tried to make it more of like a reddy auburn color, so not like Disney bright red, but it's still going to be red. And then basically everything else is going to be the same. And then I'll obviously at some point have to get beads to match the colors I chose, but that's going to be the last step. So, I couldn't use a pattern keeper for this guy, so I got to use the Adobe, which is fine. It works out. I do find that because it's 4 pages, it's a bit difficult to keep track of where I am when switching between pages, but you know, it is what it is, and I think it's going to look really good. So far, it's been really easy to stitch. I just worked on this one day. So I did probably about, I would say about 100 stitches here. Yeah, and this is just a 16 count, 2 over 1 full cross, and I dyed this myself. Kind of somewhat match what the called for is, but I think like the sandy color will be really cute. So yeah, this is gonna be really fun. Oh, the needle minder. It's not a matching needle minder, it's just one I thought was cute and in my stash. So we're all mad here, and that's Alice in Wonderland. A little bit of a sneak preview spoiler is this is going to go on another whip that I haven't started yet. When it gets called for, whip go number 13 is a new start, and she'll be moving. But I might try to get a couple new needle minders for ones that don't match yet. So we'll see. So next, I think my pile is getting shrunk. Next is, so there's 2 here actually. So Butterfly by Catstitch, and then I also got the Luna Moth by Catstitch. Now, I'm going to sew these one at a time, so I'm kind of making them one whip. They're kind of combined as one whip, even though they're 2 separate pieces. So I haven't done anything on Butterfly yet, so I've chosen to start Luna Moth first. So here. So the only thing I did was the title and the date, because when I pulled my threads, I missed half the threads for the Luna Moth, so I wasn't able to actually get started like I planned to literally last night. So I gotta go to the store and buy some more threads. But yeah, this is the fabric. I dyed it myself. It is, I didn't even write it down. I think it is off the count, but it's either 18 count or 16 count. And I'll be doing 2 over 1 full cross. The pattern is in black, but I kind of, again, I like my grids. So I just did with like a dark gray, and I think the gray will look really nice. And the pieces will still really pop. For the butterfly one, I'm almost tempted to change the colors in the butterfly from green to blue because I prefer blue butterflies, but we'll see. It's gonna be a while, so I got lots of time to think about it. So this needle miner is gonna be used for both, and this is just like a blue moth, and I really like this dangly piece, is really cute. So it's a really nice enamel pin. So there's those guys. Oh, I think we're almost to the end. So next is the book dragon. I've been waiting for this one for months, and it's another NeedleLot design. Like I said, she's my favorite. Oh yeah, so I've been waiting for this one since she released it with her Patreon or her whatever you got to sign up for, but it finally came out December 21st, and I started it right away. This is a 14 count, so over 1 full cross, hand dyed Ada. I just really liked it on like this booky brownie fabric, so it's like parchment paper. It's a very small piece, so it'll be only 7,700 stitches. And yeah, like I said, I don't know if you've noticed, but I like books. Like, I'm a librarian. I like books. What's better than a book and a dragon? So yeah, this is gonna be a fun one to work on. And here is the needle miner, which was actually given to me. I was by accident. I got shipped the wrong needle pin, but it's actually, I think, works pretty good for this stitch. So there's Book Dragon. And the last one is my travel whip. So this is what I keep my whip in for traveling, because it's really small. This is like a hard headphone case. I actually do have a very tiny hoop that fits in here, but I'm not using it currently for this design because I'm just doing it in hand. So I can't remember who organized it, but there was the bookmark set. Here's all of them here pictured that you could buy for a fundraiser. So I decided to buy them all, and I'm going to do every single one, and they're going to be my travel whip. So they're really good sized project that fits in here. And yeah, so this is what I've got done so far. I'll have to put a picture of which one I'm working on because I can't remember at all. Yeah, so this is gonna be, I'm gonna do every single one for my travel whip, and yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. And unfortunately, again, it doesn't really work too well in Pattern Keeper, so I have to do it in the Adobe, so I can't really give an update. But I'm not gonna keep track of how much stitching I do on these ones just because they're so small, and I only work on them like 10 or 15 minutes here or there. So I'm just going to post every picture and say the start date and the completed date, and that's kind of just going to be how I'm keeping track of these ones. So that is my last whip. How many was that? This many. I'm really hoping to get those cut down this year. I hope everybody enjoyed watching all my whips and my whip parade, and I'm hoping that this new year I'm going to try and really be consistent with posting. Soon in the next week or so, I'm going to post like a New Year 2025 plans video, and hopefully everything goes well. Recording YouTube videos is a lot harder than you would think than just recording and slapping it up there. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you like and subscribe and comment. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!